Thanks for tuning in. Today I want to share some new additions to my collection. It's not quite a collective haul because I have added these pieces over the last year or so, but because I haven't been making consistent YouTube videos for a period of time, I feel like a lot of these have never been shared. Some of you might have questions on some of these pieces and things like that, so I thought it would just be helpful to share them all at once. There's a few ready-to-wear pieces, and then most of them are actually handbags. I think you can tell what I like the most. To begin, there are a few pieces that I picked up while I was in Korea last year. I think I'll start there because it gives me a good frame of reference of how far back we're going. The first piece is this Prada cropped hoodie. I actually picked this from the premium outlets that's in Yeoju in Korea, and it was my first time going to the premium outlets, so I didn't know what to expect. I also kind of expected all the sizes to be really small since I was in Korea, but I was surprised to have found this cropped hoodie, which is a classic look with the cotton body, and then the arms and the hood is in their signature nylon. So I picked this up from Korea. If you are in Korea and you're interested in checking out the premium outlets there, I do think it's worth it. It was also the first time that I had seen a Rick Owens outlet store, so I think it's worth checking out. The other first for me from Korea is actually Porter. I picked up this, I think this is like called like the mailman's crossbody. You know what I mean? This like canvas material and this blue color. I also know that Porter is known for like their nylon, and I purchased like a canvas piece, which is kind of funny, but regardless, I like the shape and just how comfortable this is. It's like a twist on a canvas tote, which is what I like. Even though it seems like it's really thin and it won't fit a lot, because of the little extra stitching they did in the corners, it does fit a significant amount. There are like 3 pockets on the inside. I have some spare napkins in there, but they have pockets in the back here to help with the organization, and a zipper pocket in the back. So this is actually really great for traveling because you're able to carry a lot of things, but it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's also really comfortable, and it lays really nicely on the body, on your shoulder. It doesn't fall off. And the shape is nice that it kind of conforms to your body. So as you can probably tell, I've used it a good amount, and I'm super happy with this being my first Porter piece. Now, from my trip last year to Hawaii, we also picked up a few other things. I think I already shared the pieces I got from Hermes in my recent Hermes video, so I won't go through those again. So these are the other pieces that we picked up. You can see all the creases. I picked up this Loewe tank, the Anagram tank top. I know it's like, it was really popular last year. I feel like it's still pretty popular. This is in the cropped version in this light blue that I absolutely love the color. And I thought that I might not wear it as much because it's cropped, but I have worn it a ton since, and it goes with a lot of things. I actually really like that I picked this up while I was there in Hawaii last year. The other ready-to-wear piece I picked up in Hawaii is this Fendi cropped shirt, the white shirt. I believe this was from the anniversary Baguette collection, hence all of the little like Baguette flaps. I've also worn this a few times, and this is really comfortable. I can wear it kind of like I'm wearing this shirt here. I like the little string, the little tighteners on the cuffs, and this has been a really great piece, a great addition to my wardrobe. The other Hawaii purchase is from Bottega. I picked up this nylon cassette. I think it's called, it might be called a mini. Oh no, this is technically the belt bag with this strap. This is also from the, technically it's from the men's collection, but I wear it as like, you know, those little crossbodies. I have worn this a ton since I got it. It's in the color avocado, and it's really lightweight, it's really compact. I love this piece. while I was grabbing my things for this video, I was like, oh, I haven't gotten anything from Chanel recently. And that's not true because I do have a few things from Chanel. They were all just gifts from my husband. Because I was like, I don't remember going into the store. It's because I didn't really go into the store and he did. But the first thing is actually this little crossbody bag. It's kind of like a camera bag with a long strap and this little envelope front. This is from 16C, so this is the Paris Soul collection, which clearly is like a long time ago now. So he found this on a consignment shop and got it for my birthday, which was really special. I didn't even know they had made this bag, but it's actually a really like practical bag, if that makes sense. Also, this piece is like a wallet. It flips out actually, so you can use this as a separate wallet if you want, and you could just carry the bag like this if you want it to be more low-key, because this is the section that has all of the card slots in it. I didn't realize that until I had worn the bag a few times, and I was like nudging something and the whole thing came out. I thought I broke the bag. I thought I like tore it apart, and then I realized it actually comes apart. So then the other Chanel pieces are in here. These were lovely Christmas gifts from him. One is a pair of earrings that he found on Fashion File because I saw a picture of these online and they were so cute. They were super cute. You can see the tag is still on them because I haven't worn them yet. I just loved the ribbons on these, like the ribbon motif of these. So he found these, and then he also surprised me with a bigger box. And this is a really cute card wallet in this really pretty pink color, 24C. So this was from the cruise collection earlier this year, and what I really liked was the little stars at the bottom. It's such a pretty color. It reminds me of, it's not quite Mauve Sylvester, it's a little bit more pink. Mauve Sylvester is a little more pale, if that makes sense. There's like a little bit more white in it, but it's like a similar color family if you're curious how this pink color compares. Around the holidays, I also picked up something new from Louis Vuitton, and it's actually this pochette right here in the silver epi leather. I really wanted to get this because I loved the silver color. I felt like it's really great for holiday, but also for summertime, so you could practically use it year round. Because it was a pochette and not a handbag, it was actually like not that expensive, given like handbag prices these days, you know what I mean? And it's an epi leather piece, so it's not a coated canvas and it's like full leather. Also is a good size for traveling because of how small it is, but also because it's like less logo and branded, if that makes sense. So that's why I picked this up over the holiday. I think we're in like home stretch now. Earlier this year, we were fortunate enough to have a trip to Europe. We went to Norway to see the Northern Lights, which we did. And on our way back, we stopped by Paris. So we did a little bit of shopping while we were in Paris. Since this wasn't our first time in Paris, we wanted to focus a little bit more on maybe like vintage shopping and just more like checking out some more like local spots. And then we found a couple of vintage gems. The first one is this beautiful Lanvin coat. It's actually an haute couture coat that I picked up from a vintage store. Typically when it comes to vintage shopping, I focus more on accessories. My size is not often easily found in vintage shops when it comes to ready to wear, but I was in the market for a new coat and this color just stood out to me. The style was really comfortable. So when I tried it on, it was like a little bit like Cinderella's glass slipper moment, but in a clothes version. The other vintage gem that we picked up is this giant garden party. It's a canvas garden party, and I think the straps, the leather is either burgundy or it could be like Rouge H, but it has patinaed. This is like the the schlepping everything bag for my husband. So this was what he was really looking for and what he was really excited about. So we picked this up in our like vintage shopping journeys as well. I also picked up a couple new things for me, like new brands that I've never had in my collection before. The first one being Van Cleef and Arpels. You may have noticed that I have been wearing the Sweet Alhambra pendant. I got it in the Carnelian stone with rose gold. I actually got this from the Place Vendôme store, the like flagship store in Paris. It was a wonderful experience to be able to visit such a like a historic place, like site for the brand, and also be able to pick something up. At the same time, I also picked up the vintage Alhambra with the mother of pearl for my mom in white gold as a birthday gift for her. That's what brought me to the store, was to get my mom's gift, and then I saw this and I tried it on and it was really cute, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll get one too, so I did. The other first for me from Paris is my first Goyard piece. And so I picked up this Goyard Boheme bag. It's the Hobo bag with the zipper top. And you can see I have a few little cute accessories on the side. It's definitely the first time I visited while I was in Paris. I've always heard of like the long lines and the low stock and just the less than ideal shopping experience it could be, but it must have been a good day for me because I went to the Goyard store that was in the Printemps department store, and there was no line. There was stock. The sales associate that I was working with was like, hey, like, what are you looking for? And I told him that this was the bag I was looking for, and he looked at me and he was like, I'm pretty certain we got a shipment in earlier today. Let me just go downstairs and check, because it's not even in the inventory system. We didn't even have time to add it into the system. If we did, I'll bring one up. And then he did. And then I saw it and I tried it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. So super, super happy with my first like Goyard piece. I've been using it a lot. I think I might do a follow-up video on this one because I feel like a lot of you might have questions on this. I've had some friends ask me about it too, so. I think we're mostly caught up now on pieces that are in my collection. Pieces that you might then continue to see either on my Instagram or I might feature in different videos. If you have any questions on any of these pieces or any of the places that I have purchased them from, feel free to leave them in the comments down below and I will answer your question there. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next one. Bye!